Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, subscribe down below, hit that bell to get notified when we upload new videos on the weekends and sometimes on Wednesdays. I'm Pablo, talk about mental health and ADHD on this channel as somebody with ADHD. So this video I want to talk about overwhelm, the all too common overwhelmed ADHD brain. What to do, for me, I'm talking about it right now because it happens sometimes. I'm in a bit of a situation where I could easily get kind of overwhelmed by it and stressed and let my 100 million mile an hour brain get away with things such as catastrophizing, rumination, just all that jazz. Now, this has kind of happened to me in the past, and it can ultimately lead to you feeling like you're a victim, which is not very good because it makes the situation worse. But ultimately, what would I say for people out there who find themselves, with or without ADHD, who get overwhelmed, and what could you do? Just be honest with yourself about the situation, and write down your options and try and see them as an observer of your thoughts, because as you know that you are not your thoughts, especially when you've got ADHD and you've got about 1 million thoughts like constantly racing around your head. It's sometimes easy to get lost in the fog. So write them down, write a plan of action down, be like, look, I'm in this situation now, and if I don't do something about it, this will happen, or this is likely to happen, and here are the steps I can take to get out of this situation or to resolve it. Because I've noticed something interesting in myself, that when I'm faced with a difficult situation that is quite stressful, I tend to not ask for help. Now, I don't know whether that is an ADHD thing, I'm not too sure, maybe that's something I can research into, but it has been a common thing throughout my life where I don't reach out to people and say, look, I'm really struggling right now with whatever it may be. And you know what, sometimes when you do let people know, and you kind of let them in, it will help, it will be helpful to do that. So that would be my other tip, is just to be kind of honest with yourself and say, look, I'm aware that I'm in this situation, and I just need to talk about it to somebody, really, without obviously sounding like a victim. You need to kind of show that you've recognised the situation you're in, and ultimately how you're going to get yourself out of it. Yeah, it's difficult. It's a difficult one. It's certainly difficult for me sometimes, and I'm sure with people with ADHD out there, that when your brain starts going like this, and then the other part's like this, and then the better part of it up here somewhere that you can't see is like, well, yeah, how about you just do this, and how about we just try this? And I'm going to leave you with this thought as well, with sometimes the fear of the unknown. You can run away from it your entire life. If you're scared of something because it's unknown to you, and this is particularly interesting with ADHD, sometimes we feel we're not good enough to do a certain thing, or we don't recognise how skilled we are, so therefore the fear of the unknown scares us because we don't take the chance to do it. But at the same on the same kind of like token or whatever, we're also very fearless when we do recognise, I'm just going to go for it. So use that fear as a motivator to really kind of do what you need to do to feel the best version of yourself. So it's finding yourself on that, finding your life purpose and doing that thing that you enjoy. Because, man, ADHD people get frustrated, and if you get frustrated doing something that you don't enjoy doing, you're going to get depressed, you're going to get pissed off, you're going to get resentful, and you're gonna make your ADHD worse, and it's just gonna spiral out of control, and it's gonna be a never-ending spiral of shit. So hopefully that give you some insight into what it is like a little bit to have ADHD. It's interesting. It's crazy, but at the same time, just recognise that you have got the condition and try and manage it the best you can. Don't use it as an excuse, because nobody wants to hear that. People want to hear, okay, yeah, I recognise this situation, I recognise this about me, and I'm trying to make myself a better person. Yeah, and soon you will find, when you develop and become that better version of yourself, you will attract people who are fucking awesome. Okay, see you soon.